The first kid to go missing was Aaron Malik from Block C. Everyone remembered him because he always held the lift door open. Didn't matter how long it took. Didn't matter who you were. If he saw you running, he'd slap that button and grin like it was a game. The night he vanished, 3 people said they were in the lift with him. All 3 swore the doors opened on the 4th floor. Aaron never stepped out. The lift just closed again. The council estate sat in East London, all concrete and tired brick, the kind of place where sound carried strangely. Shouts bounced. Sirens blurred into the background. Kids learned early which stairwells to avoid and which floors smelled like piss instead of mold. When Aaron disappeared, the estate shrugged. Kids went missing sometimes, usually ran away, usually came back. His mom waited by the lift every night for a week. Then she stopped. A month later, the posters came down. The second was Leanne Cooper from Block 14. Loud, smart mouth. Always said she'd never get taken because she wasn't stupid. She vanished on a Wednesday afternoon. CCTV showed her entering the lift alone on the ground floor. She pressed 5. The doors closed. The camera cut out for 12 seconds. When it came back, the lift was empty. Maintenance said it was a glitch. The estate WhatsApp group exploded. People argued about gangs, about county lines, about bad parents. But there was no van, no screams, no footage of anyone leaving with her, just a gap, and a lift that kept working perfectly afterward. I lived on the 6th floor of Block B. I'd grown up there. So had my mate Darren, who worked nights driving deliveries and knew the estate's rhythms better than anyone. You noticed it yet? He asked me one morning, cigarette shaking between his fingers. Notice what? The lifts don't line up, I laughed. They never have. No, he said. I mean properly. He took me to the stairwell. We counted steps, landings, floors. Between the 3rd and 4th floor, there was extra space. Not a full level, just too much concrete. Like something had been built and then hidden. The 3rd kid was my neighbor's son, Jamie, 10 years old. Quiet. Loved drawing floor plans of buildings he'd never been in. He went missing coming home from school. His mom, Claire, screamed so loud the whole block heard. Police came. Social workers. Council reps in neat coats who kept saying protocol and ongoing investigation. Jamie's drawings were still on the kitchen table. One of them showed our building, but there was an extra floor, between 3 and 4, labeled in pencil, waiting. After Jamie, people stopped letting their kids use the lifts. Families moved out if they could. Those who couldn't started walking the stairs, even if it took 10 minutes and burned their lungs. That's when it got worse. Kids started vanishing anyway. Not whole journeys, just parts. A girl found crying on the 4th floor, swearing she'd only gone from 6 to 5. A boy discovered asleep in a stairwell, missing 3 hours and unable to explain where he'd been. They all said the same thing when pressed. The lights changed. The buzzing got louder. There were too many doors. The council sent out a letter. Lift maintenance scheduled. Temporary disruptions expected. Nothing changed except the buttons. One night, Darren and I noticed a panel had been updated. The numbers were the same, but the spacing wasn't. There was a thin gap between 3 and 4, like a missing tooth. I pressed it as a joke. The lift stopped. The lights flickered, and the buzzing low, electric, angry filled the car. "Mate," Darren said quietly, Open the doors. They didn't. Instead, the lift moved sideways. Not up, not down, sideways. When the doors finally opened, we were staring at a corridor. Concrete walls, council paint, buzzing strip lights, and doors. Too many doors. Each one had a name screwed into the metal. Some were crossed out. Some weren't. At the far end, people stood silently. Kids, adults, old people, all facing us, all waiting. A voice crackled from somewhere above the lights. "Wrong allocation," it said. "Send them back." The doors slammed shut. The lift jolted. And then we were back between 3 and 4, heartbeats screaming in our ears. Darren threw up when we reached the ground floor. He moved out 2 days later, left everything behind. Jamie came back the following week. He was sitting on the playground swing at dawn, clean, calm, smiling. Claire ran to him, crying, asking where he'd been. Jamie hugged her, then whispered something that made her freeze. Police came again. This time they didn't knock. They took Jamie away for assessment. Claire never saw him again. Her flat was sealed a month later. I started digging old council records, planning applications, fire safety diagrams. There was an entire level listed as decommissioned in the 80s. Reason: overcrowding solution. No further details. I went back to the lift alone, pressed the gap. This time the doors opened slowly. Inside, the corridor was fuller. More people. Some I recognized. Aaron was there. Leanne too. Jamie stood near the front, holding his drawings. He looked proud. A woman in a council blazer stood beside him, clipboard in hand. "Congratulations," she said gently. "Your household's been selected." "Selected for what?" I asked. She smiled like I was thick. "Permanent housing." Behind her, a door opened. Inside was my flat. Perfect. Waiting. And behind me, the lift doors began to close.